Kubo and the Two Strings is one of the best movies that I've ever watched, probably in my top 5 or at least 7. Even without the plot and lore, the film is just so visually stunning that, yeah, it's pretty cool. I've made two theories on it so far, if you count this one, where I connected it to another Leica movie, my personal favorite, Coraline. In the first theory I made, I turned the movie completely upside down by switching around the good and evil characters. Looking back at it, though, that theory was quite meh, mainly because I didn't have enough evidence to support my reasoning. But I do recommend watching that first theory before watching this theory, so go check it out by clicking the eye in the top right corner of your screen. And so it's only natural that now, about 6 months later, I'll add on and create a new theory, going deeper into Kubo and the Two Strings than ever before. And in honor of the scariest day of the year, Halloween, I plan to make this extra frightful and sinister, through discussing the movie's creepiest characters, Kubo's aunts. So are you ready for a theory? Hey everyone, it's CTO of the Theory channel. Halloween is definitely one of my favorite holidays, besides Thanksgiving and Christmas and, well, I like just about all of them. But before I get into anything else outside the topic, here is everything that I've discovered. So in my last theory, I discussed the chance that Kubo's aunts and grandfather could actually be good, while his mother could be evil. This point only semi-added up, though, because it's pretty clear that the sisters mean harm for the entire movie, against both Kubo and his mother. And when looking back at this, I realized that the sisters are actually far different from their father, the Moon King. Everything about the sisters seems dark, malicious, and conniving, while the Moon King is much more bright and calming. This is even true literally. We see that when the sisters swoop in to collect Kubo's eye, the whole surrounding area becomes dark and black. And I know that it's nighttime, but there's even a dark glow around each sister. But when Kubo meets the Moon King in person for the only time, he's not like that at all. Instead, the Moon King has a light aura and actually seems to want to help Kubo. There's a difference in tone of voice too, as the sisters speak in a chilling, unified way, while the Moon King speaks in a kinder tone. Also, haven't you found it weird that despite supposedly working together, the Moon King and his daughters are never seen at the same time? So odd, considering how much the sisters worship their grandfather. Do they? And I'm about to say something that would tear the whole meaning of the movie as we know it completely to shreds. What if the Moon King and the sisters were on opposing sides? And what if they each want Kubo's eye for different purposes? As I said just a couple minutes ago, the Moon King and the sisters act, look, and feel completely different from each other, despite the fact that they both want Kubo's other eye. They're also both immortal and live in a place called the Heavens. In my last theory, I speculated that the Heavens could actually be a good place, and that it could even resemble something of actual heaven. The sisters, though, they seem like the complete opposite of the kind of people occupying the Heavens. So what if the sisters were actually from hell? This is a very intriguing point, as the sisters stand for basically anything and everything that hell stands for. They are dark, malicious, conniving, creepy, sinful. The list just keeps on going. So it makes so much more sense that Kubo's aunts aren't representatives of heaven, but of hell. But their goal would still be to capture Kubo's other eye. Only now it's not to bring him up to live with them in the heavens, it's to collect him for hell's clutches. Creepy. But if you're thinking, wait, the sisters and the Moon King definitely talk about working together in the movie, well, that's actually not true. The only time we hear the sisters talk about their father is when they tell Kubo that they just need his other eye, because his grandfather admires it so much. Now, on the surface, that obviously seems like they're working together, but actually, the sisters need the eye because they don't want Kubo's grandfather to have it. They want Kubo to go to hell, not to heaven. In order to do that, they need its other eye before the King of the Heavens takes it first. And this just takes the movie to a whole other level. The sisters are even more evil than we thought. And it's unlikely that they would be just any people from hell, so it's very possible that there's some kind of twisted version of Satan himself. But hold on, let me go back and explain all the evidence I have for this theory. According to many mythological books and folklore, the idea of heaven is light, while the idea of hell is dark. This is even generally true in feudal Japan, which is when and where Kubo and the Two Strings takes place. We see that Kubo's aunt and grandfather have very different auras and tones of voice. The sisters act much more hauntingly and sinister, even having a complete shadow of darkness, while the Moon King has a much friendlier tone and a sense of lightness. Both of them are, however, immortal, and they supposedly rule the heavens. This is the case with the Moon King, but not with his daughters. Instead, they're from hell, and possibly even a form of Satan himself. But why did the sisters switch to, quote-unquote, the dark side? I'm not entirely sure, and I might even try to answer it in a whole other video, but I have a feeling it has something to do with when Kubo's mother left the heavens to be with Hanzo. We know, though, that the sisters are against both their father and their other sister, Kubo's mother, as they show hatred for her throughout the entire film. The reason the sisters switched over to hell also could have something to do with their mother, or the Moon King's wife, whoever that may be. I still haven't answered that question, but if the Moon King controls heaven, and the sisters control hell, the Moon King's wife may very well have something to do with Purgatory, the other land of the dead. So what is this, a Holy Land controlling family? And what does that make Kubo? Another question I thought of is if Kubo deserves to go to heaven or hell, or neither. Of course not hell, but would he be better off going with his grandfather to the heavens, where he can live forever in a paradise-like place? I don't know, but expect another video on all of this in early 2018. Because I'm not done with this movie or this theory. I hope you all have a spooky Halloween. Oh, who am I kidding? This video won't be ready by Halloween, so let me rephrase that. I hope you all had a spooky Halloween, and that this theory was one of the most sinister but cool ones you've heard of this season. Coming next week is a video on Ratatouille. I don't know what it's about yet, but that's just kind of how I do my schedule. Anyway, see you later.